Hi guys, this is Max here, back again with hopefully another great political video. And before I will drop my intensive analysis of the 2022 House and Senate and Governor's primaries for all the states that have held their primaries so far, I will go one final time into detail about the current situation in Ukraine and how I believe the situation will continue to evolve. I should first play this video showing you the current gains of the Russian forces in Ukraine. So as you can see, the Russian advance has been mostly halted at this point. At some point in time, the Russians were even threatening Odessa here, but that attack has been mostly halted for as of right now. The Russians have now captured Mariupol, but they're still not really getting anywhere near getting the city of Kiev, and also they have not captured any major cities in the north yet. That could change very soon, but as right now it looks like that Russia is only very, very slowly continuing to advance. And it is really, really, really questionable whether their invasion will end up being a success. I originally used to believe that either through a short or long amount of time, Russia would inevitably come out victorious. But I actually do no longer think this is the case. I've always supported United States forces involving themselves on the side of the Ukrainians in order to make sure that the people of Ukraine can be free from Russian oppression and can themselves determine their own future. As of right now, I believe it is highly unlikely the United States will do anything in order to support Ukraine in the form of maybe a no-fly zone or sending ground troops, which I would also be supportive of. However, we could throw every sanction imaginable at Russia. We already done so, but we need to be even more vigorous in our sanctions. And we also should target the Russian people, the ones who do not support the war, the ones who are not Vladimir Putin, and the ones who did not trigger this war themselves. Why should we do that? Well, because an army can only survive with the backing of its people. If the Russian people see that they're materially suffering from the war in Ukraine, then their desire to be able to go to the bank and to be able to afford basic necessities such as food due to the terrible devaluation of the ruble will outgrow their desire for national pride and a victory in Ukraine. That the something that Winston Churchill called moral bombing, which is intimidating the will of a population of one country and thereby forcing them to give up hope that the war can be won. Now, we should do that, but I believe that America will not go all the way in, and even if Russia is not going to capture all of Ukraine, what I very well could imagine and happening in the end would be that a ceasefire is declared, which would essentially let the Russian border remain amongst the ceasefire line. There will certainly be heavy opposition from the Ukrainians who live in that area that will be on the Russian side of the ceasefire line, but eventually most of them will simply move to the west. The blue areas and the eastern areas that are currently occupied will eventually become fully Russified. We have to prevent that from happening. We already see partisans start trying to put up a resistance against the invading Russians, but America has got to take action. We can't just sit back and let all of this happen. And if that requires the use of military force, I'd say so be it. So be it. Because the people of Ukraine deserve their freedoms. And if that means that the Russian people will have to put back on their comfort for a short amount of time, yeah, that is absolutely justified. We have to take enormous actions, overwhelming actions, right now, before it'll all be over. Thanks for listening, my friends. Have a good night.